I have tried to do this on Facebook Live, but the cloud is having an issue. So I'm just going to record it and then I will post it. And it was what I was going to talk about on radio, which was more of what the month is. Now, I'm still talking about the month because it does not finish till the 7th. So we've still got a week of it. And why is all of this happening? Well, it's coming to what's going to happen in September. So I've had a lot of messages asking me, is there going to be a war? Yeah, there's going to be a war. Let me explain it, guys. Don't go nuts over it before. So here's the fire, here's the metal. And by nature, fire molds this metal, puts the pressure on this metal. So those at the highest level, the top, are molding those that hold the sword, which is those that rule our states, our country, etc. Now, this kind of energy is all over. It's whether they become subservient or not. The year is metal and earth. So why is this month? Why are they getting away with this month? Is because this fire and this metal have what we call a harmony, a karmic energy, if you want to call it that. And so this is in harmony. What we see on top is everything is fine. But down here, it isn't fine. We're working our asses off to hear what they have to say, basically, and it's not working. So the other thing here is this fire with this metal. Now, fire by nature goes up, okay? Now, what is up? What do we look at as up? That's TV, stage, entertainment. It's every Tom, Dick, and Harry's 15 minutes of fame. So everyone's going to have a say here. It's also about eruptions. Eruptions with fire. Fire is guns. Fire is blood. Fire is nutsos. Fire is planes. Fire is the heavens, that kind, because it's all going up that way, okay? That's why this is happening. The metal at the bottom is those at the top are controlling those at the bottom. We're not even here. We're actually here, the hard workers. So there's somebody else controlling who's running the country. You kind of already know that. I don't think you really needed me to tell you that. But these guys here are giving these guys, that fire to this metal is money. It is all about the money. The month with the year is money. Okay, how much would you like? I'll give it to you. You just make sure you get, 80%. So that 80% can't be done with adults. So now it's targeting children. You can think what you want to think. I'm just doing it elementally because I know some of you are going to send me messages that, why are you doing this and why? I'm explaining the elements. And this is actually how it works. So have your little rant on somebody else's page. Sorry. Okay. So with this, what ends up happening here, and I've already told you that from all the workshops at the beginning, from December to February, is the metal. This earth feeds the metal. So the spread is via this. You know what that is. Which arm would you like it in, kind of thing. So why are people coming out and saying things, doing things, expressing in a negative way? There's not many positives out there, I can tell you now. In a negative way, it is because that fire with this metal, that fire there, the year is its expression. So people are going to say, and who's supporting these guys here that are making us have that? The earth is supporting it. We're actually the ones that put them there. Okay, just saying. Okay, these two are travel stars. These two are travel stars as fire and as metal. So when fire has had enough, it's going to erupt and it's going to affect metal. because they are both travel stars, it actually means no one's going anywhere. You already know that. I've told you that, etc., etc., etc. But you keep asking me the questions, and I'm quite happy. I like talking, so I'm quite happy to actually explain it over again. That is why this month, travel stars, not going to happen. Planes aren't going anywhere. Cars, trains, automobiles, cars, trains, what is it? Trains, trams, and now truck drivers. So truck drivers are having their, you can call it 15 minutes of fame, but they are having their I've had enough because they're not getting this. They don't want it. And you don't blame them, okay? So this is why with what the energy is, this is what's actually happening. So with that as well, this is kind of like, you know, there's a covering happening here. They're keeping you in the dark, but it's not. This is light. This is the dark. So those at the top know exactly what's going on. And they're puppets, you know, they're puppets as in who the premiers are and who runs the country, for instance. That's their puppets. And it's like, here, go have $1 and buy yourself a chewing gum or whatever. It's like that, but on an LD bag cash. Now, you've already been told the masks don't eliminate the risks of contracting disease and blah, 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 blah. But they've gone that little bit further, and that little bit further is, yeah, it's kind of like, how do I put it? We've shut down, he has shut down Parliament now. So when you think about it, okay, think about this. Has any leader ever shot animals to stop people visiting and adopting them? Think about it. No. So we've just got a bunch of narcissists. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Hazard, too. So this is like we now have a certified psychopath, and you all don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So, yeah, but I just know what these elements are. I tell you what's going to happen for your birthday, from your birthday. I don't know my own birthday, so I just live. But I know and I believe in this. You all know I do believe in this. So the truth, you know, like you've been presented with the truth on the government's page. You know, 400 people die from the vaccine. There's 50 pages of side effects. You know, now hairdressers, if you're going to colour somebody's hair and they've been vaccinated, you need to think twice, or you have to get them to sign a piece of paper, because that is going to trigger an effect. Okay, so the other is with this, the harmony, it doesn't actually end till the 7th. So on the 7th, things are going to hit the fan. It's going to hit the fan because nobody has said stop. Nobody. Yes, the truckies are doing their thing, but still, in Parliament, nobody has said stop. And so knowing that the truckies are going to have an effect, because it is a travel star and it is metal and fire, and what does a truck have? It has the flue, and it goes, woot, 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 lets off steam. All right, so no one has any control here. One person has lost the plot that is supposed to be the leader, and this person knows that they are now in breach of the Occupational Health and Safety Act and all of that, and he shut down Parliament, so nobody can do a thing about it. So why hasn't the person in the Occupational Health and Safety Act done anything about it? Because Dan put him in. Dan put Coates in. Dan put everybody in. So that's kind of why it's happening. Now, there is going to be chaos. And if you want to know what kind of chaos, let me give you an example. Because next month when it comes in on the 7th, this is fire, this is metal. So do you remember September 11? Yeah. And when I say there's going to be some kind of war, that is September 11. I'm just telling you. Okay. And so what happens here, because he's in breach, now this is no longer this person. It's a weaker person at the top that starts the war. Okay. You know, someone like Biden or whatever. And it happens, but we will join in. Of course we will. You know, we've shook hands. Anyway, so what happens here is this and this, because of all this change happening, this is warmth, this is head buried in the sand, not anymore. This is a wick, and it's a wick for a candle or a time bomb. It's a time bomb, because this metal here is the rooster that's sitting on the fence and saying, look at me. So this is going to drain ScoMo, Bart Simpson, whereas this was not having an effect at all. He was just kept getting his 15 minutes of fame. So this is why I say wait till September and see what happens in September. The other thing is that with, what did I write here? So travel is weakened here because that fire molds the metal. So it's like controlling it. So the fire is weak and the metal is weak because one's controlled and one's got to fight back and, you know, yeah. This is the same in September, except this is going off. Whenever you see a rooster, just know you're going to know about it, that kind of thing. Whenever you see one of these, the fire element that way, it means fails to see the consequence of its actions. Whoever's at the top. And to add to that, there is no apology. You will never get an apology here because of what these elements are. So I'm hoping that you kind of understand that little bit better. And as the hashtag goes, you're not above the law, Dan, and you're not above the law, ScoMo. Homer and Bart, the time is coming. It's just, are you guys going to contribute? And that's what it's really about. So, you know, you're all gung-ho for the truckies, but not enough people have stepped out. It's a travel star, for God's sake. Move, do it. You know, some of us have gone to protests and whatever, and some of us just watched it from far back, okay? But here, yeah, there's going to be something that it doesn't mean it's going to be on a world scale, but there is going to be something where the bomb is ignited. And yep, and it's coming. And the 7th, when this actually happens on the 7th, I will do a thing on the month in the coming days. But on the 7th, there is actually also Yang fire, which is spirit. So that Yang fire is exactly the same also as when that bomb went off in Afghanistan a couple of days ago. Okay, that travel staff, fire and metal means others will be brought here, or every country will take some people basically, because the warmth, they got to show warmth to other countries, and that's what it is. But this is, and people are thinking of, you know, buying guns and bringing the gun thing back and whatever. That's where that is. So there's always a reason. Elementally, I don't see things, so please don't ask me things like that. I don't see things. I can tell you what every single one of these lines are, etc., but we don't have all day. So hopefully that summarizes it for you and you understand it. But as I said, it's up to you to lift somebody, you know, at least one person this week if you possibly can. And how you do that, find a way. Find a way to lift somebody, whether they're vaccinated or not. Because just remember, those that are vaccinated and those that are not vaccinated are just as scared as each other. they see no hope if they are and no hope if they're not. Okay, so have a great week. And just you can go to any of the things. There's YouTube, there's LinkedIn, there's MeWe, and there's the webpage. Okay, all right. Have a great week, everyone.